Congratulations on Bad Shabbos. I had a chance to watch it. It's just a really great, funny film. So I'm just curious, what is it that drew you to wanting to sign on to the film and play these very fun characters?
I've said it before. I think we've all kind of said it. The script was hilarious. The script was hilarious. We all got the script, read it, and were guffawing out loud on the page. Like I had so many laughs because it's silly and goofy and whip smart. And that's so rare when you kind of have to just sort of create that world when you're reading a script, usually for the first time, just really sort of think about the visuals of how it's and the tone and the tempo and how it's going to feel to be in it. And this just right off the gate lets you know what it was and how hilarious it was. So immediately, what a treat, what a gift, and what an opportunity to sign on.
Yeah, and for me, I just heard that John Bass was a part of it.
Uh,
I met him years ago on a pilot, and I just thought he was so funny and so nice. And I heard that I could go to New York in the fall.
mhm.
And I was like, ooh, I want to be in New York in the fall and hanging out with John Bass. That sounds great. So that's how I made my decision.
I just spoke with John Bass, and he is indeed very funny, very charming man.
Yes.
Were there any characters from other movies or TV shows you maybe looked toward for inspiration to help inform your own performances?
I just thought about other films that kind of reminded me. Obviously, Meet the Parents,
Hmm.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding, um, a little bit Moonstruck in that sort of like magical New York families are, these like one-liners of, God, one of my favorite lines. What is it from New York? Because you love him? Oh, mom, I love him something terrible. Or it's like, oh, mom, I love him so much. He goes, oh, it's terrible. Like so many like these like great heartfelt lines that are just, I don't know. I just sort of thought about those other movies that sort of came up and tried to lean into those references.
And I just kind of used my imagination. I didn't really have a lot of references in mind. I just, I loved the idea of Abby being like a strong female in her like family of boys and her overbearing mother and becoming herself and being a little bit of a rebel and a little bit of a follower um and so I just loved her personality and leaned into that. And then also part of the reason I loved this is because early on, Daniel, our director, Daniel Robbins, was like, and you can improvise as much as you want. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, then I'm just going to be the character and then I'm going to improvise as her. And that's all I really need to think about.
Were there any lines or moments you remember improvising, or how did you go about picking, like, I'm going to try a little something like at this moment? Or did you have to like run stuff by Daniel?
Hmm. Do you remember, Meg?
Uh, well, I don't know if you improvised these lines, but you came up with a series of lines for Method Man, Cliff,
I
of
did.
where he could hide his foreskin. And we just sort of rotated them and just kept going and going. And I might have peed my pants laughing. I'm not sure. The memory's foggy, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, that was really fun. We got the script we were rehearsing it that day and there's one joke that Method Man has about where he could put his foreskin and where he keeps it after he got
After it's
circumcised.
moved. Yeah.
Yeah. And we were like, this could be punched up. And so very quickly we like put together a list and Method Man just like knocked it out one after the other. And there should be a separate reel. In fact, I will request this. That there just be a separate like 2-minute reel of just the places that Method Man could potentially keep his circumcised foreskin.
My favorite was the teeniest pocket of his favorite pair of jeans.
Yes, that's what it's for.
I would love to see a blooper reel. I think that would do very well online if one
Yeah.
is or will be made.
It was magical.
Megan, you have a great scene with Kira Sedgwick. What was it like getting to act opposite her, especially since your characters have this kind of adversarial relationship, at least at first?
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. She has this presence, especially in that scene where she's so, I mean, I felt like I was on the closer because she just brings this energy and this power that is like, it's like a straight line of energy right to you. And in that moment, it is, like you said, a bit adversarial. So to receive that, like I barely had to act at all because she gave this attention while being delicate and trying to be fair to her future daughter-in-law, but is the sentiment of the scene is, don't mess with my family tradition, don't mess with my religion. This is my life. You better be taking it seriously. And it's it was a powerful scene. I feel like it for my character, it really helped her performance, helped clarify a lot for my character in the weight of what she's taking on by joining this family, in that she has to respect this tradition that she's joining, and take it seriously as like a cultural institution, and not just sort of, something she's signing on for with her fiance. Yeah, it was great. I mean, as an actor, you just pray for those energy exchanges, and she can she can deliver it. She's an incredible actor. It's great.
I will also say that is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, and you are an incredible actor. Like, you have so much strength and softness. Like, you are both like aware of how important this is to her, but you're also like standing on your own 2 feet. And it's like one of the, I think, the best scenes in the movie.
Thank you. I mean, it's well written. It's nice. It's fun to have these two women in David's lives sort of be foils and twin pairings of the other.
Mm.
Yeah.
Really is such a great scene for both you and Kira. Uh, Milana, I have a very dumb question for you. But since the movie involves, this family, a dead body shows up. I won't spoil anything. Uh, since you've voiced Squirrel Girl in Marvel Rivals, how do you think she would react to everyone trying to hide a dead body or dispose of a dead body?
You know, Squirrel Girl always does the right thing.
Mhm.
And so I don't know how on board she would be. Maybe she follows like Meg's idea of giving him a New York death, and she just like, she's also super strong, right? So she could just like sweep up the body and like bounce it to Brooklyn. She doesn't need the she doesn't need to get to the car. She doesn't need to like, check anybody. She could just be like, I got it. I'm gonna take care of it. However, I do believe that her morality would probably call an ambulance.
So much could be avoided if someone just called the ambulance. Well, congratulations again on the film. What's next for the two of you?
I just wrapped up a short film that was super fun to do. It's somewhere between a sci-fi alien invasion and a marriage story. If you want to sort of thread those together, that's where this lives. And then, yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm really excited to have the opportunity to promote this film a little bit because this is a true indie, and it's really come a long way, and I believe in it, and it's exciting to sort of see it have these legs as it sort of moves across theaters across the country. It's a really special film, and yeah, I'm excited to promote it.
And I have a small part in a Ryan Gosling alien astronaut movie that will come out sometime next year, and it'll maybe be one of the best movies ever made. I'm not sure, but I say that about every movie.
Live aliens in the mix.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're very hot right now.
Very hot.
Aliens are sexy right now.
Right now, always.